guys, this is All Chat. Today we're checking out the explosion of fan art you created after Ekko was released, hanging with Moobeat from Surrender 20, and debating whether you should bring new champions into ranked.
Before even seeing the seconds video on my Twitter feed and stuff, I just saw like cosplay in progress pictures, fan art, all this other stuff coming out. I was like, oh, I guess we finally know what Ekko looks like. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh.
That's exactly what happened for me. I was on Twitter and then I just saw a sketch of Ekko and I'm like, what is this? Sure enough, the video was only up for like an hour and somebody had already sketched Ekko. I was like, wow, this is insane.
Pretty amazing. I pretty much always have Reddit up. So within 30 minutes to an hour after the seconds video went live, there's art on the front page.
One of the interesting things I saw was Nips was drawing this very comic book looking version of Ekko, and it was super great.
And this was done so quick. It is amazing how fast our community pumps stuff out at like the highest quality.
And like Sade created like a panel out of a comic book.
That one looks like it's straight out of a manga.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Digging.
There's also just a bunch of theories around who Ekko is, what his relationships with the other characters are like. One of my favorite ones is the ship between Jinx and Ekko. I think they would make kind of like an unlikely but good pairing, actually. If you can go back in time to wreak havoc again, Jinx would love that, right?
She'd be like, can you clean it up so I can mess it up again?
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Also, people are harking back to the old game Ekko the Dolphin, which is a time-traveling dolphin.
There's also a funny meme with the live, die, repeat with Tom Cruise and Ekko turning back time.
We've had this conversation.
Within days, there were hundreds of videos out on YouTube looking at gameplay. For example, Spazzy put one out. It's a really solid breakdown of Ekko's kit.
Now let's say you're trying to catch up to someone, you throw out the bubble, it hits them, they will only be slowed, but then you can run, you can dash, you can even flash into the bubble to proc the stun.
You know, and then Mantis Toboggan, showed how Ekko can use his ult to teleport back to lane instantly after recalling a shop, which is a really interesting mechanic.
That's just like so OP to me.
Red Mercy showed us a video where he just compiled a bunch of cool plays that he did on PvE.
Right, and he's even doing them like Ekko v Ekko, so you get to see a lot of the mirror matchups.
And then you have Ankle Spankin, who just gave us like a full game breakdown of what he did and just commentated a full game that he played on Ekko.
So after a week, we saw even more Ekko fan art, and right here we have by Calvin Aurora Cap. It's a very geometric portrait style drawing. It looks a lot like stained glass.
Someone created like a cute little pixel art of...
I am a huge fan of this.
And then finally, we have this amazing drawing by Jian Wen. And this one, it just looks so cool. This is probably like right when he uses his ulti. He's like behind his shadows, you know?
It looks like a splash art that could be straight in the game.
Well, that's it for our Ekko themed summer showcase. You guys really kicked ass, and we can't wait to see what other things you guys come up with. And be sure to keep sending stuff our way, because we really want to feature it on the show.
Our guest today is a Rapid Response League news reporter whose site boasts over 30 million hits per month. We're thrilled to be joined by Surrender 20 Zach Day, better known to the world as Moobeat. Thanks for being here, man. I read your site all the time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now on to BMRGG, and on the topic of new champions such as Ekko, today's question is whether or not you should be playing brand new champions in ranked on release. What do you guys think?
Personally, I wouldn't, but that's just because I feel like there's a lot of things that you just don't know. You don't know the champion matchups, you don't know like his power spike, so I just ban him. Because you
don't want him on either side.
Yeah,
I don't want to play against him, and I don't want anyone on my team to play him.
Exactly.
I say no, but I say no because I think like other people might not know what Ekko does. So it's like if I'm going into a team fight and I do my like super shoot back in time thing and then they're just left there fighting without me because they didn't know I could do that.
No way. I don't ever play a new champion when they first come out in ranked. And part of that though is because I have champion loyalty. Like unlike Josh here, who just plays whoever's OP. I have a rotation of about 5 champions that I play, and that's it right now.
There's some stuff you're just not gonna know about the champion until you play it at least once, right?
Right. Like I think you should play any champion at least 10 times in normal before you bring it into ranked.
Generally speaking, the things that are most important to me for when I want to bring them into like an actual serious match is just like getting used to their auto animations, especially for like range characters, so I can get used to last hitting, because that's obviously super important in lane. Once I know a couple key things, I'll like try it out in customs. After that, I'm like, yo, let's go.
What about normals? Is it cool to just insta-lock him in?
I mean, I think at that point, it's every man for himself.
Absolutely.
Whoever can click on Ekko the fastest gets Ekko.
I think it's a mandatory lock-in at that point. If you've bought him, you're gonna definitely lock him in as soon as you can.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that's what we think here on All Chat. Let us know what you guys think in the comments or on Facebook.
Let's talk a bit about reporting on Ekko. We have a brand new champion and you run the biggest league news site in the world. What happens at Surrender at 20?
I panic. Because all of a sudden my day got really, really busy. So usually I'll like look over the reveal real quick and I'll try to put it up on the side as fast as possible. With Ekko it was a little different, right? Because we got the video first, so everyone knew what he looked like. So it was a little less dramatic than it's like Azir is just like, boom, here's Azir. Holy crap, it's a Birdman. Like,
What made you decide that you wanted to create like a news report site for League of Legends?
when I started playing League, there wasn't a site like Surrender 20. Like, there wasn't somewhere you could go. I remember going to like the CLG website. They had a red tracker because it was easy to read on there. And it's like, that was the closest I could get to finding a site that had like this new information to like satisfy how curious I was about what's going on.
Millions of people are looking towards you to have the information that they expect now. Like, that's a lot of pressure on your shoulders.
It gets to me. Like, I'll be like, man, I really want to go get dinner, but what if something happens and I'm not here? And it's like, the answer is it would be okay. You know, everyone could probably do the math, but it's still like a personal pressure to always be there and on top of it.
Have you ever like woken up in the middle of the night and been like, oh, there's an announcement, like I need to get on it, like?
Yeah, sometimes it happens. There was a champion like that. The teaser went out and I was asleep for like an hour after that. And my Twitter feed was like, Moobeat's dead. He's just dead. Like, something has happened, he's not here, he's not talking about it, he's just dead. Something went wrong.
Who is your favorite champion?
I'll give you a top 3.
Okay, that's fair.
I like Teemo a lot.
What?
Yes!
Get the out.
See,
No, he's right
Teemo's
here
the
on
best
the right
champion.
couch.
Number 2 is Blitzcrank. I really like
Fabulous
I
champion.
really like Blitzcrank. And then number 3, Misfortune. She was like my first ADC that I really played and really liked.
What is it about League of Legends that made you want to create this site?
Every day there's multiple things happening. So it's like maybe this day a skin is released and the PvE, and then there's just always something to consume. It's funny now, like I go to other games and I enjoy them, and then I want more and it's just not there. Like, I'm not used to the like every day something new is happening.
So there's a lot of people who don't understand the process that goes into this, and they might be like, oh wow, I want a huge website. How do I do that and make the big bucks?
First off, I would just say don't, because like my story is like so unlikely to ever happen. You know, like it's just very odd that these things all lined up for me to get to where I am now. It's something that you really have to be like passionate about. You really have to be into it, because if you're not, other people will pick up on that and they'll be like, why would I follow this guy over someone else?
All right, Moobeat, thank you so much for telling us your story, for how you built this amazing website.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure.
All right, let's take a look at what you guys had to say about the last episode. First up, Tuba J says, Corky's aircraft is known as the Reconnaissance Operations Frontline Copter, otherwise known as the Rafflecopter.
In regards to last episode's BM or GG about copying the pros, Nidalee had to say, you know, copy the pros, but understand why you're doing it.
Yeah, ultimately, if your goal is to become a better player, you need to learn why you are doing things so that you can expand your knowledge base and improve even further. And 978 Mario 978 says, the real question is, do the pros copy me? Probably not.
Ari Chan says, as a Korean, I have disappointed with Josh's impressions.
We have also disappointed with Josh.
Barbarian asks, is it okay to rage when someone steals your penna? Honestly,
Yes?
No, it is absolutely, you have to earn your penta, so if you didn't get it, then it wasn't yours.
And in response to our champion impressions from last episode, a bunch of people on Vine shared some of theirs.
This is my Sona impression.
You smell like burning.
I will swallow your soul. You have a warrior's heart. I think I'll take it.
Well, that's it for our show. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and send us your stuff. And now, here's the last law.
Barbarian asks, is it okay to rage when someone steals your penta?
What's that word you're saying? What's his
Barbarian?
name? There you go, Barbarian.
What did I say?
You're saying Barbarian.
Barbarian. Barbarian, yeah.
I have disappointed with you, man.
In my grammar.
I have so much disappointment.
Shut up.